Hey guys, my name is Nick Sivrich. I'm a physical therapist, and I want to go over this week's question of the week with you. This week's question of the week is about exercise form and why it is so important. So I get this question all the time. I'll have patients in the gym, in their room, and I'll kind of, trying to keep an eye on them, and, all of a sudden, they're doing something completely wrong, and, I correct them and I tell them, well, it's done this way, make sure you're doing something, and just little tweaks here and there. And a lot of times they'll ask me, why do I have to do it this way? Why can't I do it this way? And one of the main reasons why form in any type of exercise is so important is to prevent injury. I mean, that's our number one goal. You're already coming, at least to us in the physical therapy realm, with injuries. And we don't want to create more problems and more injuries by doing things incorrectly. So that's kind of the number one reason why form is so important. Another reason why form is so important is the fact that, if you're doing an exercise incorrectly, yes, you could injure yourself, but you're not focusing on the right muscle group. Sometimes we want specific muscles being fired at once during certain exercises. And if you're doing it incorrectly and your form is off, you might be using what we call accessory muscles, and those are just kind of the other muscles that kind of take up the slack and kind of fire when other muscles are weak. And if you're not doing it correctly, that could also cause some problems. We're not strengthening the right area, and that in turn can also tighten up certain structures that we don't want tightened, and that can also cause problems with mobility and range of motion issues. Another reason why form is so important is, you could just be hurting yourself worse. You could be increasing your pain. And then also, like I said about certain structures being tightened, that can also cause a range of motion issue later on in the future. And it could also prevent you from, increasing your, mobility and, getting to the goals that you want to. So, those are the reasons, at least what I tell my patients, and I'm sure there's multiple other reasons that you could find. Those are the main reasons that I tell people that form is so important, because when you're doing something incorrectly, you run a very serious risk of hurting yourself, and that's why we come into play. Also, personal trainers come into play. Any person that's in the exercise field knows this, that form is just so important. To, like I said, one, to prevent injury, two, to, not tighten up structures you don't want to, and also to be able to strengthen the structures that we want strengthened. So that's it for this week, guys. I hope that helped. Like I said, feel free to catch my blog on my website, nicksivrichpt.com, and follow me on my Facebook as well, PT Answers Now. And have a good day, guys. Thanks a lot.